Wow, it is a rainy day today.
It would be great to have hot ginger tea during the rain.
Okay, let us make tea. Do you know the full form of tea?
Come on, tea is tea. There is no full form.
No, tea was an acronym.
I just know that the origin of tea happened in China.
Okay, you explain that incident and then I will tell you the full form of tea.
What I read was that tea was an accidental discovery. According to legend, in 2737 BC, the Chinese emperor Shen Nung was sitting beneath a tree while his servant boiled drinking water when some leaves from the tree blew into the water. He decided to try the infusion, and the resulting drink is what we now call tea.
What you said is legend, but you are right to say that Chinese were the first to discover tea. Tea drinking certainly became established in China many centuries before it came to the West. Containers for tea have been found in tombs dating from the Han Dynasty, that is 206 BC to 220 AD. It was in the late 8th century that tea entered Japan through Buddhist monks who traveled to China. Tea drinking became a vital part of Japanese culture, which we witnessed when we were there last month.
Yes, the Japanese love their tea. We could witness that. It is astounding to see the detail with which they make their matcha tea. The travel through the Japanese tea plantation area in Uji was something to remember for long.
Tea entered Europe only in the later half of the 16th century through the Portuguese and Dutch, who shipped the tea from China. It was then a wealthy person's drink. Although tea entered Britain around the same time, it was not popular then.
But the English are known for the preference for tea.
It was the marriage of Charles II to Catherine of Braganza that would prove to be a turning point in the history of tea in Britain. She was a Portuguese princess and a tea addict, and it was her love of the drink that established tea in Britain.
You started the conversation with the origins of the name tea. How did that happen?
When the Portuguese first started buying tea from the Chinese, they traded to the port of Macau, where the Mandarin word for tea was cha in the local spoken Cantonese. That is the origin of the name chai in Hindi. Many places around the world, even today, use different versions of this word cha. But the Dutch tea ships sailed out of the port of Amoy in China's Fujian province and so used the local Amoy word te, pronounced te, and this got changed to tea, which later became tea.
But you asked me what was the full form of tea. Is there a full form?
Not actually, but there is a legend around that. I told you about the Portuguese princess who got married to Charles II and her addiction to tea. So, when she moved to Britain, among the crates that came, there was a crate labeled Transport de Ervas Aromaticas, which meant transport of aromatic herbs in Portuguese. It was in this crate tea was transported. The legend is that this label was later abbreviated to tea.
That is some tea history and legend for the day.